Hey guys, ladies, it's 11 o'clock and I wasn't going to get on here because we were quite busy tonight, but I've been sitting here like listening to my my Audible books and stuff, and then I just got one thing after another and I started researching about like the words and stuff. Hi Valerie. Um the step today is to change your words around affirmations or your thoughts of how you think about abundance. So it really what it is, it's going, sorry, my cat is like playing with my crystals right here. I have all these crystals out here and she's like, oh, I want to play with them. So really what I did and how I changed how it worked for me is I changed my mindset from scarcity to an abundant mindset. So instead of me living in lack and thinking there's a limit to resources like, success, love, and money, there's not. I busted through those beliefs. I shifted those beliefs and I worked on that belief system, and then I stopped saying things like I'm broke and that's too expensive, or we can't afford that. And I got my daughter on board and then I got anyone who came in my house I actually began to set boundaries between me and people who lived in lack still, or would say, start bitching about money to me or complain, which I would listen, but I would set the intention to not bring on their energy or their thoughts. I wouldn't feed into that. I would try to help them shift. Because you can't make anyone change, right? But you can help them. You absolutely can help them, or just be an example. That's what we are. That's what I am. I just want to be an example. I'm not going to tell you guys how to do this stuff, but what you should do, but I'm just here to set an example or be an example of what it's like to live in abundance and live with a success or growth mindset. That's what it is. Because at the end of the day, abundance isn't just about money. It's about everything. It's living in this place where you have everything you need at your fingertips. That's what it is. You change your belief to think that instead of we're always reaching and trying to get to happiness and get to having enough money, and we're trying to get somewhere. But when you live in abundance and with a growth mindset, you're already there. You're already there, and that hi Ariana, you know that you are successful already, and the money that you have in the bank, be thankful for that money, even if it's $1. And an example real quick is last week I got a child support check in the mail, like I hadn't got any for a while, and it was for $5. And I said, that's $5 I didn't have before. That's fine. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, he can only give me $5. And oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do with $5? Like that, like I'm too good for that $5. Like that's just not good enough for me, right? But that's not how I did it. That's not how I do it anymore. And Izzy is the same way. Anything that comes into our life that wasn't there before, we are grateful for. And so when you're grateful, when you pay attention to that, to the things that are already in your life that you maybe right now you're not so happy about, but there's a lesson behind it. Be thankful for the lessons, be thankful for the opportunities, be thankful for the crappy situations. Like be happy that you're going through shit right now, because you have to get uncomfortable for change to happen, okay? And another big point to make, when you're ready, like when you want something different, when you want your life to start going in the right direction, and you want whatever the right direction is for you. Hi, Erin. It's asking me to take you on live again. It always does. I'm always here for you to go live, girlfriend. And I'm not going to be on here like super long tonight, and I'm sorry I didn't go on earlier, but it's Friday night and we're all busy and it's Halloween weekend. Today was my son's birthday and 17 years old. Like, oh my God, you guys. Like, Ariana, how are we like that? Like, how? And Aaron, oh my gosh, I don't even know how he's 17. But anyway, as I was studying tonight, like I just started doing my Pinterest thing, and I'm listening to this book right now called Open Wide, and it's an Audible book, and it's by really what it is, it's like soulful relationships and soulful sex. Like she teaches how to us to like release our like sexual trauma and history that like stays with us, where it gives us insecurities about speaking up about what we like, which I'm gonna get into like some sexual stuff in the next probably beginning, I think, in 2021, because I really want to start like weaving that into my practice, because Erin knows more about this probably than anyone on here right now, that I just feel as women, like, we are so powerful and we need to embrace our sexuality. So anyway, that's not what I'm talking about right now, but I love to talk about it. I'm talking about abundance right now, and how I'm just basically helping you guys shift out of a lack to abundance, and where you're not focusing on what you don't have. And so you didn't go live. It just said, do you want to invite Erin to come on live? So you didn't do it. But yeah, so in today's, like, my day 5 step was me changing my language around things. So I'm really just going to give you guys some affirmations to like write out in your journal, or put on Post-it notes to wherever you look at every day. Like right by my bed, I have like I could get up and go get it right now, but I have a dry erase board that you just get at the dollar store, and I write affirmations on that, and I set it right by my bed. And so, and I write them, different ones every week. But if you're wanting more money, okay, depending on what your goal was that you came up with at the beginning of this week, your one focus or whatever it is you want to bring more of in your life, or if it's a relationship, or if it's even, better self-love, loving yourself. Maybe that's what you're working on right now. Whatever your focus is, and remember, don't have a bunch of different things you want to change at one time, because, you can have those, but make a list and then go down, because the more energy you put into one thing you're going to master that, and then you're going to go on to the next. Because when we try to change a bunch of different things at one time, we end up not changing anything and getting frustrated with ourselves and then just giving up. Okay, so that is what I wanted to talk about, was like, that's really what I mean by changing your verbiage, your words around lack. And so instead of saying I'm broke and that's too expensive, we can't afford that, say I can make money. Because you can. If you need money, you can make money. You can figure it out, especially with the internet. We can always make money. We're never in lack. When it comes to needing to pay the bills, once you start doing this work, it's just going to flow to you. Okay? It is. It just is. And also, I'm ready to receive money. You also have to work on your receiving with love. And I've said this so many times, and giving with love, paying your bills with love, and receiving with love. Just like that $5 check that I got from somebody, my child support check. In the past, I would have been pissed off about that, because I think I deserved more, because, he hasn't paid any and all this stuff. But I don't. I welcomed that $5 check, and I loved it, and I embraced it, and it's still sitting in my purse, and I don't know if I'll ever cash it, but you know what? I will if I need it. It's $5 I didn't have before. And then also, I am financially abundant, because you're financially abundant. No matter if you have $30 in your bank right now, bank or wherever, be thankful for that $30, or be thankful that you have whatever you have. Be thankful for it, even if it's like super hard right now, just like start practicing this. Maybe find one thing that, you know, like I'm thankful for this pen. I'm thankful for these cards, which I'm totally going to draw that here in a second. And I'm thankful for my bed. I'm thankful for this pillow. I'm thankful. And even if you like, if you have a husband, which Ariana, you have a new husband. I'm so happy for you. Every morning, like, tell each other what you appreciate about each other. I do this with Izzy too. Like, just tell people in your life what you appreciate about them. And because it will shift the focus. And even if you're like fighting with your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whoever right now, just like stopping the BS, the fighting, the whatever, that tense energy that you can cut with a knife. And it can be really hard to do this, but just be like, set down your guard, just set your guard down, set down your shit, and just be like, I appreciate you taking the trash out every freaking Thursday. Because that's one thing that I do miss not having that. I appreciate you fixing the sink, or I appreciate you picking up your freaking socks, or whatever, you know? I appreciate it because those little those little tiny things that people do, we don't like pay attention to it because stuff maybe they do all the time, or, you know, even just the way they do something, the way that they work. Maybe if you watch your husband work, I used to think this was like the sexiest thing ever, is to watch a man do what he loves to do. That is like the sexiest thing in the world. So, and once you start doing that in your mind isn't going to know any better than to search for the good. That's what it does. And then more good will happen, then it'll keep on going. And a really big thing too to keep in mind is when you are ready to make a change, is what I was getting ready to say. It is so important to know that the biggest thing around change is it's only through commitment and willingness to change, that you can change anything. You have to be committed and willing. So the reason I'm saying this is because before my shift, before my awakening, before whatever the hell happened to me, it was, yeah, we want money. We go somewhere and there's something we want, like a coat or something, and then it's too expensive, and then we get crappy and we're mad, like, this department store. We're mad at the department store because they made the coat too expensive for us, right? Or we're mad at our boss because they don't pay us enough, or we're mad at the government for taking our taxes, or, you know, or making us pay taxes. We're mad at something outside of ourselves, outside of our control, for us not being able to do something. When you shift that thought process from, okay, I gotta up my game, I'm gonna make enough money to get that coat. It's not the department store's fault. You know, when we stop being the victim, that is when it really changes. And then you have to, and what I mean, I thought I just had to do affirmations and journal and stuff and not take action on things. Like, some people think they want change, they want to feel better, they want good things in their life, they want more money, but they want to bitch and complain about it too. They don't want to do anything about it. They just want it to come to them. They want their boss to just say, hey, you get a raise. They want the department store to say, oh, that's okay, we'll slash that in half just for you. Or, oh, here's your taxes back from the government. We feel like we're owed that money. I remember when I would get my tax, like down around tax time, and I'm like the poor bracket, you know, so every tax time I'd get all these credits, and I'd have like a $6,000 check, and I remember, like, I was like, oh yay, I'm ghetto rich, right? We're ghetto rich, which that isn't the way to think of it. That is money, you know, you didn't have before. But every year I started feeling like, okay, I deserve that money. I better get at least 10,000. And I felt so like entitled to this money that, like, you know, I don't know. We're not entitled to anything. We're only entitled to what we work for and what we can control and what we do. So my thing is you have to commit to a practice. You have to commit to doing this stuff, not just trying them and then it not working out after a couple days, or you life gets in the way, which eventually this will be your way of life, that is gonna have to stop. Like, you have to commit to yourself that you're going to do this work every single day, no matter what. And I mean, you might miss a couple days and you start, but I mean, as far as journaling, and it becomes something you want to do because it makes you feel better. It helps you feel better to say, hey, I freaking need to like journal for a bit. I need to meditate. I need to listen to Headspace just for a minute. And then at night too, I mean, nighttime is like our time. Like right now is my time because I don't have to, I'm not doing anything besides for myself. And it's my favorite time of the night, of the day, because I love this. I love this stuff. I love getting hits of like inspiration. Like tonight, I really started to feel like I wanted to do this meditation on here called Lifting the Veil, which we'll do this another time because it is something so important, especially when you're still in like the middle of a spiritual awakening. I posted a YouTube video on my personal page a couple days ago called The 6 Stages of Spiritual Awakening. And it's by Christina something, but it is so, I love it. I think if you guys could, I'm going to post it over here because I really like it. I watched it last night and I just think that it is so, it just explains everything. This woman explains things a lot better about what's really going on with the whole world. Like, people are going through awakenings more than ever now. Either they're just doing it spontaneously, or they're doing it through like a trauma, or hitting rock bottom, and then one day they wake up, and because like I told you guys before, it was just like bam, I woke up. I was asleep and I woke up, and that is how it felt. But I mean, I was going through some crap too. But so anyway, that I really suggest to watch that. And then also, when you start to get uncomfortable with something, you're growing. Okay? That's what it is. You're growing. And then, so with your speech and your words and everything, say it in the present tense. Every affirmation that you ever say, you want to say it as it's happening now. That it has happened or it's already happened. You want to live your life as if this thing that you want is already here. Or like, I use the example of quitting smoking. So like, instead of saying I will quit smoking, I am quitting smoking, or I will quit smoking, or I quit smoking today. I don't know, because what we tell our brain is what it thinks. It thinks that that's the reality, is what we tell it. An abundant mindset is just a way of thinking and living about choosing joy and happiness from the inside instead of like going for it. Hi Tammy. I have like really exciting stuff to talk about Tammy. Yeah. So Tammy is like, I want to bring her on here so bad, and I probably will, but she's the one that like talked about, she did the solar plexus meditation, and the next day, like, this guy came in and was like, hey, you're so vibrant, your energy. And then today she got the job that she's been like going for. So she manifested this job, this opportunity for her. This is what I've been saying this whole time. Like, this stuff will really, once you start seeing it play out in your life, like Tammy has, then you really start to understand that, oh my gosh, this stuff really freaking works. Like this, and it's not about working, it's just a new way of being. It's a new way, it's wanting the best for everyone all the time. You pray for the highest good of all. Your ego it's pushed out even more. We need our ego, by the way. We do need some of it. That'll be another day that I talk about that, but our ego doesn't need to completely go away, because it does serve a purpose, and it does serve a purpose for being there. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to help you guys do: get out of lack, get into abundance. And so let's see here. Also, a habit of daily self-care, daily self-care creates the mindset for success. So doing this work, or like I said, with a soul practice, like 10 minutes a day, Headspace, something, changing your mindset it helps you get more successful. Like, you see more good stuff happening for you. It's just, there's no other way of saying it that that's what happens to you. So yeah, I think, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, I'm going to draw a card real quick here in a minute. And also what I started believing or thinking was that for every problem I faced, there was a solution that wasn't going to ruin my life. I stopped thinking every time I come up against an obstacle or roadblock, which Tammy is another example of this. She has come up against a ton of roadblocks in this stuff going on. And every time she just met it with like power, you know, she met it with power and met it knowing that it didn't belittle her. She never talked badly to herself. Her self-talk, or at least how she talks to me when she's talking about herself, is badass. She doesn't talk bad about herself. She just talks as she knows her worth and she doesn't deserve the stuff that's happening, instead of being like, oh, maybe I am this way and they're right. And we stop believing everyone else, even if they're a person of authority. This is another one. When it's like a police officer or somebody in a government authority figure of some sort, when they come at us crazy, sometimes we just think they're right because they're of authority, but it's not. That's not the way it is. So, all right, so changing your language is affirmations, and also omitting certain, they're called money scripts, out of your language. So, like, I can't afford that, or we can't afford that. And instead, you make new money scripts, okay, in which Pinterest has a ton of money affirmations. I'm going to post some here in the group about some ones I found that I felt resonate with me the most. And this is going to be work too that you're always going to be doing. And you can get people, like I said, around you that want in on it. And if they don't, then they need to go or they need to not be around you a lot. Another thing that I want to say too, when you're doing this and it's new to you and your man or your partner does not know anything about it, or they're not very spiritual, they never have, or they just don't understand it, that is when you're going to get resistance. Sometimes, this is what happened with David, which he is all, hi, Steph. This is what happened. You don't always want to share everything that you're doing in your life with everybody. If you have a new idea or creative project or something that you are working on and you're excited about it. So, like, for instance, with Anchored Vibes, my online business, I was so excited about it. I was stoked. I was like, every day I was like, getting up, I wanted to work on it. But then I had somebody who was like, that's freaking stupid. You're not going to make money online. No one's going to come and do, nay. Okay. And that was before I knew this little thing that I'm telling you, is that not everybody needs to know everything. Not even your mother, like even your close friends that don't understand, and that's okay. They don't need to understand. But when you get to a more definitive point with everything, to where you actually maybe have new clients now, and this crazy idea that you had is actually coming into existence, and you can show people that, hey, because I did this, because before that they think small still right now. When you start to think bigger and you still have small thinkers around you, it's okay not to tell them what's going on, because they just aren't going to get it. And that's okay. They don't have to get it. They don't have to, because you don't have to have permission to do anything. And that is also one of the core beliefs that I had in my head, where you don't need permission to do anything. Just do it. And of course, don't be like really dumb about stuff, but you know what I mean. Just don't tell everybody all your stuff you're doing right now until it is like in a place where you are confident with it, okay? Because then that is what trips you up. I'm telling you this because that's what a lot of women allow their partner or their family or their children, even my son will even talk crap to me about my business. They allow these people around them to hold them back, because we they need this permission from someone. I get it. But that's what this group is for. I give you permission to do whatever the fuck you want to do, because that is what's going to make you step into your highest, best self. That's what's going to happen. So just keep that in mind, okay? And then also with this whole changing your language, the blocks that you have, so let's say money is the root of all evil, or money makes people mean, stuff like that. Those are your blocks. Those are your things that are keeping you from getting money. When you're talking like that about money, why would money want to come to you? Why would anything want to come to you if you're talking bad about it, right? So that is that's what I mean. That's why you want to repair your relationship with money and see it as a resource and energy. It's energy. Money is paper. That's all it is. But it makes the world go round. And also, when you have more money, you can help more people. It's an energy. That's what it is. You give with love, you receive with love. You give with love, you receive with love. And then there's just this cycle of giving and receiving. And even that $5 check that I got in the mail for child support, I was thankful for it. And I was really genuinely, authentically in my soul thankful for it. You can't fake this stuff. You can't fake your energy. Okay? Okay. And then also one other thing about money, when I was really bad with budgeting, and I'm still not, I used to be, I'm getting on track with this. This statement here really, like, I found it tonight and I was like, there it is. That is what I need to hear. So just as we can control the trajectory of our life to a degree, we co-create it with the universe, okay? But we can control if it goes negative or positively with our energy. We can manipulate it with our energy, okay? Just as we can do that with money is the same way. We have to tell money where to go. So when I would get my money, like when I'd make money from my job, I'd get my paycheck, it would be gone in an instant because I was afraid that I had a fear of having excess money. And this is what I'm getting over right now. I'm working through this block right now, that I had a fear of having excess money because it was going to go away anyway. But then I also believed that I'd get more money. I believe that I'll get more money anytime I need it. And so I haven't been that best about budgeting my money. And so this, though, saying that money is energy and I need to direct it where to go, that's what you do with budgeting. You give money a direction. So it's going to come to you, because then when it comes to you, you're going to know where it's going to go. It's a direction. So that's one of my goals for like 2021. So that's another one with that. And the money goes with our root chakra. The meditation that I did yesterday, that's what the money, like our root chakra is closest to our physical self. So it's a matter. Chakras, there's matter, connection, which is the heart, and then spiritual chakras, so that's what, we'll get into that later. But anyway, it's about money. The root is about security and all of that. So if you really want to start clearing your money blocks, that is one place you can start doing it, is by clearing that chakra. And I recorded it like on an audio, so I'll send it all to you guys. I'll post it in here. What else was there? Yeah, so you're training your mind to feel better. So with the words, this is one thing that you can say. I am where I am, and that's okay. So wherever you're at in life right now, whatever is going on, like whatever it is, you're here. You're here in this group, or you're here showing up for yourself, saying, hey, God, universe, whatever, I'm here and I want to, I'm here to serve. Do what you will with me. And when you become an open channel to receive and then also to serve, you will always be taken care of. But you're also showing up for yourself and you're saying yes. So but then you start to think about where you're at, and oh my gosh, I gotta go to that job tomorrow, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and I gotta go get, you start to think, your mind starts going. Come back to your breath, come back to the present moment and say, I am where I am, and that's okay. It's okay to be where you're at, because it's more than okay. It's amazing to be where you're at. And you just want to be okay with where you're at. That's the first step. That's the first thing to anything, is you have to be okay, and you have to accept where you're at in life, and with open arms, and love it and embrace it, instead of rejecting it and being resistant and not happy and everything. Because if you're not happy where you're at right now, I'm sorry, girlfriend. You're just not, it's not, if you're not happy now, you're not going to be happy when you get more abundance. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're just not. So you're going to have to, if you need some help doing that, if you need more help doing that with accepting, hi, Madison. If you need some more help with just accepting your present situation, accepting your life as is right now, accepting your past, because also you have to be good with your past and learn the lessons from it, and then love it and embrace it. And that was one of the things I taught with taking your power back and not taking things personally anymore, is to love your past. I mean, every single part of it, because that's what people bring up to throw in your face about something you did or something. They push your buttons that way, right? Well, if you accept your past and love yourself, love your past, there's no buttons to push. Nobody can piss you off. They can't. The people that want to get under your skin the most won't be able to do it, because you've accepted what's happened, because there's no reason. I mean, you just have to move forward in life. You have to accept where you came from and love where you came from. Okay? So that's another one that I really wanted to get there, because I want you to just be okay with where you're at and love where you're at, okay? And then, what else was I going to say? And then I'll pull a card, and then I'll get off of here. Yeah, giving yourself a break. So that is what it is. And like around your language, just omit that stuff that, hey, Jessica, hey. Just omit those things that are shining light on the negative. So when you shine a light on the negative stuff, like with money, with everything, with just shining on negative, is when you block it from entering your life. That you block it. Even with, like I said, money is the root of all evil. If you think money is the root of all evil, or you think money is hard to get, or money makes people mean, rich people are mean, those beliefs, if you think that way, that's blocking money from entering your life. That's what it is. Okay. So that's what, with your words and shifting the way you talk, self-talk. And I know, Jess, you said you were working on like being the negative, you were working on that. So I'm going to give you some affirmations, because that's what today's about. That is day 5, is affirmations, and you speaking abundantly. It's shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset, and knowing that you have every resource you need already. Every resource to be successful, to find love, for money, it's in you. You can be wealthy on your own. You don't need anyone else to make yourself wealthy. And then also to accept where you're at right now in your life, and know that it's okay. You're like doing amazing, because you're here and you're here doing service for the world. Okay. So I'm going to give some of those affirmations. That root meditation, the root chakra, that is tied to your money, like in your career, your all your physical stuff, like money and your career and stuff like that. And then get your kids on board. I did with Izzy, to where a money list. That's what I want to tell you. So make a money list. So if you were, let's say, when you start you reach financial security, financial freedom, when you get to there. That is what I'm going for. And what I mean by financial security and financial freedom is that I don't have to look and see what something costs in order for me to get it. If I want it, I'll get it. And also, the more money I have, the more I can help. And I want to be able to donate to charities. I want to be able to go to like other countries and like help people. Like when you have money or you're wealthy, you can shine brighter. And I'm not trying to say you have to have money to shine brighter, because I'm poor right now. Not poor, sorry. Don't say that. Don't ever say you're poor, but I don't have where I'm at. I'm not where I want to be. There we go. With money yet. But it comes to me when I need it. It just always does, because I worked on my relationship with it. But when you have more of it, you can help more people. And also it allows you to be free. Like you feel free. And honestly, if I could just not worry about paying bills for the rest of my life, or make that they're going to be, paid, I'd be fine. That'll be where I'm at. That will be the game for me, to where I can also show my kids that it's doable and that we don't have to struggle. Because right now, that's another story that I switched. We don't have to struggle. I'm not struggling right now. I used to be. So that's changed for me. But so change your words around it. Stop saying that I can't. I want. Don't say I want. Say I will. Don't say I should. Say I am. Or, don't say anything to make your mind search for excuses, because that's what it does. When you say, well, I should do that, or I want to do that, well, then the ERIS, the reticular activating system, looks in your mind. It looks for excuses. But if you say, I will quit smoking, or I will drive to the grocery store and get some groceries, instead of saying I should drive to the grocery store and get some groceries, but I don't want to have to get out in the cold and and this excuse. That's what happens. So that's what I mean by that. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a card real quick, and then I'm gonna get off here because I'm tired, but I wanted to do this. And tomorrow night I'm gonna have a bonfire at my house and do a full moon ritual, like burning. I got some like not sentimental, but some stuff I'm going to burn from my previous, my stuff going on right now. And that is what's going to help it leave my life. And I'm burning stuff to make room for more good, amazing things to come in. Okay? So you guys can come to my house. I live in Walton. And I'm going to do it at 10 tomorrow night, okay? Okay, so what is it we need to know? And it's almost like it's still the 30th today. Here, we'll do this one. Watch, I swear, if I get that, you and your family are safe again, I'm going to... Okay, this is a good one. It says, nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon. Hold on. So nothing will come of this situation. Let's see what that means. I've never gotten this one before. So I guess if there's a situation you're worrying about, which there is one for me that I'm worrying about right now, void of course moon. That's what it looks like. It's a void. Oh, you know what? I kind of have an idea about what this might mean, and if it does, and Jess, if you're still on here, Jess, I posted a video on my personal page of like the 6 stages of spiritual awakening, and this is one of the stages, is called the void, where I feel like I'm at right now. So that's what I mean. But if you have time to watch that, I'm going to bring it into this group. I'll bring it over here. And if anyone knows a bunch of, even if you know more than I do about this stuff, come on. I want to hear it. You can get on here. Okay, where is it at? Mutable moon, super moon. Here's the blue moon, you guys. The blue moon. Let's see. I'll have to read that tomorrow and see what that means. Well, I can't find it. Void of course moon. I've never heard of void of course. There it is. Okay. So it says, in a form of astrology known as horary, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the quest is asked and decoded. A void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter, or this situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news depending on what you are asking. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card can be taken as a sign that there is nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so that you get a different outcome. Remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with your both behavior and beliefs. And then attuned to the moon, it says, I trust in my highest good, which additional meanings is the chances of something are diminishing. Okay, good. Something better may be around the corner. Believe that you will get what you need, which these are all additional meanings for the card, it says. It says surrender to the divine, and then take time out, meditate, and contemplate. And then the teaching is the main definition of a void of course moon is when the moon won't make a major connection with any of the planets until she enters the next sign. Okay, I see what that is now. Okay, the best thing you can do when you get this card is to chant the Sanskrit words Om Namo Narayani, which means I surrender to the divine. A void of course moon is time to just be. I like that. I feel like that tonight. Like I feel just like I'm being. I'm just here, and I'm just chill, and I'm good, and I don't know. That's how I feel. So, okay. And again, if you guys want one of these, like a private or a private card reading or a private coaching session, I'll put my link in the bottom of this video. It's in the group, and then you just schedule whenever you can have that. It's an hour long is what I'm offering. If it ends up not needing to be in a whole hour, that's fine, but that's what you get. And everybody in this group gets that. So, yeah, I think that's it. And I will be getting on tomorrow I'm going to record the ritual like outside because I have a bonfire pit. And so if you have anything you want to like burn, like old pictures, old letters, clothes, I have some clothes I'm burning, books, anything, like if there's anything that ties you, again, energetic cords to something, ties you to somebody else or to a situation you're wanting to let go of or anything, bring it to my house or do one at your own house, to have a fire at home tomorrow and do it. Okay. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go to bed. You ladies have a good night and I'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye.